The recent stock market plunge has dealt a devastating blow to thousands of would-be homebuyers because 1 in 5 Americans were planning to use their stock portfolio to fund the down payment on their dream home. And now those dreams are in serious jeopardy. Last week's massive stock sell-off wiped out billions of dollars of American household wealth, with many potential buyers seeing their down payments vanish overnight. Do you think this recent stock market plunge will make home sales slow even more? Is this the beginning of a housing market cool down? Drop a comment with your prediction. Hey, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jason Ferrier. I am the housing nerd, and I've been a realtor and investor in Central Ohio for the last 7 years. If you get some value out of today's video, hit the like button. It greatly helps out the channel, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. All right. Thanks for watching today's video. Let's get started. For today's video, we're going to look at a recent Redfin article. This one is called 1 in 5 Homebuyers Expect to Sell Stocks to Fund Down Payment, Redfin Survey. To start off with, though, I want to look at what the typical down payment is that most people are using when they buy a home. According to NerdWallet, it says the median down payment for all home buyers is 18%, according to the National Association of Realtors. First-time home buyers put down less. They put down a median of 9% compared to 23% for repeat buyers. In dollars, the median down payment on a median price home is about $71,000. So now we kind of know what we're dealing with when we look at this information from Redfin. The article begins with, home buyers are more likely than renters to use stock investments to pay for housing, according to a Redfin survey. With stock values dropping, would-be home buyers may back off as their bank accounts shrink and their confidence in the economy is shaken. So this next paragraph is crazy. Listen to this. 1 in 5 or 20% prospective home buyers expect to sell stocks to fund their next down payment. We know that. When it comes to people who own homes, roughly 1 in 8 or 13% of homeowners report selling stocks to help fund their current down payment, not their next house, but their current house. But listen to this one, folks. 1 in 10 homeowners have sold stocks to help afford their mortgage payment. Yikes. So in other words, forget about buying the next home. People are selling their stocks just to be able to afford their current mortgage payment. And when we look at current mortgage payments, they're at record levels. Here's another Redfin article from their weekly housing update that says the typical U.S. homebuyer's monthly payment hit a record high for the second week in a row, reaching $2,800 during the 4 weeks ending March 30th. So mortgages right now are sky high. That's probably one of the reasons why people have to dip into their stock portfolios just to make ends meet with the current homes they own. Now, the first article continues with, some prospective buyers are pulling back because they're worried about volatility in the stock market, said Heather Mahmood Corley, a Redfin premier agent in Phoenix, Arizona. In my area, this is mostly a concern for buyers in their 50s and older. Many of them are retreating from the housing market because a lot of money they'd use to pay for the housing is sitting in their stock portfolio, and they just don't know what's going to happen. So they basically say buyers are in fact retreating because of the stock market. Stock investments are top of mind because President Trump's sweeping new tariff policy has sent shockwaves through the U.S. economy, sending the market on a wild up and down swing. The stock market ended the day on April 7th, that was yesterday, down. Most homeowners hold some of their wealth in stocks, and so do many renters. Nearly 7 in 10, or 68.8%, of U.S. homeowners had stock holdings as of 2022, as did 36.9% of renters. So comment below, will the recent decline of the stock market keep you from buying a property? Were you thinking about buying a property, but now you're like, you know what? Stocks are down. I'm not buying. Big drops in the stock market not only cut into funds earmarked for down payments and other housing costs, they shake consumer confidence and make people feel poorer in general. And this comes at a time when people are bracing for the price they pay for all kinds of things to rise as tariffs go into effect. But there are some possible silver linings for the housing market. One, a volatile stock market can encourage people to invest their money in real estate instead of stocks because some may view a home as a safer investment. Two, stocks declining can push mortgage rates down. But let me show you something. According to a recent Housing Nerd poll, I asked, will real estate become a safe haven investment during this stock market volatility? With 83% of y'all saying, no, it won't. So comment below, Do you think that housing provides a safe haven investment when the stock market gets volatile? Comment, I want to know. Something else they said was that this volatility can cause mortgage rates to drop. Well, the interesting part is rates for 30-year fixed mortgages, they actually did drop last week, but then over the last 2 days, they've shot through the roof. According to Mortgage News Daily, they're now at 6.85%. Just yesterday when I looked, it was 6.60%. So mortgage rates haven't gone down, they've gone up. Are you surprised by that? Let me know. They go on to say selling stock is less common than other methods of paying for housing. Selling stocks is a less prevalent way of paying for housing than other methods, but it's more common for homeowners than for renters. For house hunters looking to purchase a home soon, selling stock investments is the number 3 way that they're putting funds together for a down payment. Out of 13 possible choices, nearly half, or 48%, of likely home buyers plan to save directly from paychecks for the down payment. 29% are working on a second job, and 20% plan to sell stocks. For the sake of comparison, some of the less prevalent methods of saving for a down payment include 16% selling another home and 11% using an inheritance. That shocked me. That means 11% of all home buyers are getting their down payment from an inheritance. That surprised me that so many people are using their inheritance as a down payment on a house. I mean, that's not me. I'm not getting an inheritance. I haven't. Is that you? Comment, I'd like to know. So how will this stock market volatility and the huge decline in asset prices in the stock market affect our spring home buying season? Well, I can clearly tell you as a realtor that a lot of the buying demand and the success in real estate, a lot of it comes from consumer sentiment or feelings about the economy and if they feel confident in buying a home. And as someone who holds open houses almost every weekend for houses that I've listed, I can tell you that the buyer traffic is definitely down compared to even last year. And as you can see, the median sale price for homes are still at a record high. So home prices really haven't declined that much in most metros through the US. However, we are seeing an increase in inventory of homes for sale because new listings are now up double digits according to the latest Redfin data. And so active listings of homes for sale, those are also up, meaning buyers have a lot more choices right now than they did this time last year. Eventually, that higher inventory will start to affect home prices. In fact, according to the latest data from Resi Club Analytics, 42 of the 300 largest housing markets in the US now have year-over-year price declines. Does that surprise you? Many people don't know that. And even though many of these markets are in just a few states, Texas, Florida, Louisiana, if inventory growth continues this spring and buyers continue to retreat from things like tariffs and the stock market, you can probably assume that prices will decline in many more metros as we move throughout the year. Now, the goal of the Housing Nerd channel is to give you the info you need to make better buying, selling, and investing decisions in real estate. Every week, I conduct a deep dive into the housing market using the latest Redfin data. I often do this live, and I'd encourage you to join us for a complete look at the current market conditions. During these analyses, I review both national and local housing trends, while also answering your housing market questions. You can find my latest weekly update right here.